What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Popcorn Punchups, episode 4. This is a podcast where we insult each other and we bring a movie or TV series or anime, whatever you like, any form of entertainment that you consume, which has to be a form of media. I don't know where I was going with that train of thought. My train of thought is all over the place at the moment. We literally had a pre-game talk up, and I was like, I've forgotten exactly what you said, but literally that conversation before. So I don't know. I'm in all sorts of strife at the moment.
What has the day been for you?
Yesterday was sports day at my full-time job.
A little bit of sunburn there on your neck, I see. Cheeks.
Yeah. There's one point I missed out on. So, I got the shoulders. So the shoulders actually survived pretty nicely.
Did you wear your usual basketball singlet?
Yep. I actually got a new one where in Bali they were like, let's get all the big franchises and just throw them together. So I got because I'm in the yellow team, I got my Lakers jersey, and they were like, do you know what else is a really big IP? Like Lakers are a very big, well-known team. And they were like, Dragon Ball Z. Let's grab Goku and put Goku onto the singlet.
So you got a Lakers Dragon Ball Z shirt?
I've got a Lakers Kobe Bryant jersey that has Goku going Super Saiyan 2 on the front.
It's actually pretty sick.
and then weirdly, it's not even canon, but it's Margin Goku, not Margin Vegeta like in the actual story.
Some fan-drawn thing.
Yeah, it's bizarre. I don't know why, but whatever. It's just bizarre. So, yeah. I don't know. It's weird. So, what have you been up to this week, mate?
I've been enjoying my new setup, my new PC setup downstairs. I played a lot of Balatro. We've been playing a fair bit of Rivals. So close to Plat.
Yeah, we'll probably get Plat after this.
Yeah. Under your recommendation, I've already started watching Daredevil this morning.
Yeah. I haven't started yet. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I feel like I'm missing a lot of stuff. We'll discuss this more next week, but I didn't watch all of the first Daredevil series, so there's a lot of things I'm like, who's that and why does he matter? But whatever.
Yeah, you getting hooked?
I'm not getting hooked, that's for sure.
So,
you?
But, yeah, I have been hustling. It's wrapping up a couple of different sports. It's coming down to the last couple of weeks.
Yep.
And then winter sports, and it's going to get even more chaotic. So can't wait for that.
Yeah, of course.
Dad life. I'm coaching.
That's it.
Four teams.
Mm-hmm. Jesus.
Yep.
4 teams. Nuts. What sports?
Mm-hmm.
Soccer, football, basketball?
So it depends. Soccer, AFL, basketball, but 2 AFL teams.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's full on.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I can't wait. Not really.
By the way, if you hear the tippy tap of dogs' feet, my new setup is now on hardwood floors.
So downstairs, not upstairs.
Yep. Like that space. It's not air conditioning and everything, but it means that there's the sound of dogs' feet.
Adds to the ASMR of... Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
it's dog ASMR.
A little bit of a score update.
Yeah.
I took it out last week because it was a little bit... We got some pretty nice feedback from our friends that listened, and they were like, it was a really raw, emotional episode, and they were like, oh. So that was pretty cool. And then you took the first 2, and then best of 7. So here comes the
best of 7. Yep. I win 2 more if you win 3 more. But yeah, 2-1.
Watch it. So this week,
so far, I've still voted for my thing every time. But I'm waiting for something that you pick. It's actually better than what I pick. Maybe this is the week.
Maybe. Stay tuned. You don't know. But we had the Oscars come up. So on our previous podcast, which hopefully you listeners and viewers have come on over, we went through the list of all the things that were nominated for the Oscars. Yeah, commentated, nominated, whatever you want to do. We obviously are going to go through the winners of the said Oscars of 2025 because there's some things that we watched and actually quite enjoyed. So, like,
some Oscars out of the I called it, so I put it out there now. Big noting myself, backing myself.
Yeah, all right. I think we rewind to go VAR on this one.
I mean, I did. There's a lot that I was like, I predicted, or at least hoped for. Maybe not predicted.
Well, let's start off top to bottom, and the first one on our list is Best Picture.
Yeah.
And the ones that we did watch were Anora, a June Part 2.
Yep.
And The Substance and Wicked. They were the ones we did see from that list.
Yep.
And I actually would have thought Substance or June may have taken it out, but would you want to do the drum roll? Did you call this one? I thought
The Brutalist might have, if I'm honest.
I hadn't seen it, so it's hard to comment on it.
Yeah, same. But people said a lot of good things, so I was sort of expecting it. But yes, drum roll, Anora 1, which is amazing because it's a fucking great movie. It's super funny. It flips genres. I think everything about it is great. You and I loved it. I'll go back. I'll see what we gave it.
We both gave it quite good, and only in the 4s.
You gave it the best you can without starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. So you gave it a 4.5. I gave it a 5. Yeah, it's great. It was the best. It's probably the best movie I saw last year. I loved it.
It was good. It was good.
Next one was Best Actress.
Yep.
Which, if you want to go ahead.
Going on a theme. So, again, we had Demi Moore in The Substance. We had, I want to say, I have no idea how to pronounce this name, Cynthia Erivo in Wicked.
Yep.
Yep. And then the other ones we did see, and then obviously we had Mickey Madison, who was the winner in Anora again.
Yeah. Which is so deserved. Even you said like her performance was outstanding.
Yeah, she was great.
I was happy to even see her nominated, but I'm so glad she won. It was fucking sick.
Yeah, so, I was going to say no big surprises, but I honestly didn't pick it, so it's fine. I didn't actually have a pick. I just was like, yeah.
I would have picked it.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I didn't. I moved on.
I'm glad that Wicked won fuck all, but we'll get there.
Okay.
3 more could have.
She
that
did well.
was Oscar worthy, but definitely nomination. I'd still think Mickey Madison's the right pick. Anyway, Best Actor.
Out of that. I mean, Demi Moore wasn't super impactful on. Well, that's not the right word. She didn't have a heap of screen time. Is probably
true. Sure. She was more supporting actress
compared to Mickey, who was like the main focus, who had like the more screen time to be able to portray the character.
It's fair
compared
point.
to Demi Moore.
Yep.
Yeah. Best actor, Adrian Brody wins this one with The Brutalist. So, what was he in before Adrian Brody? Was he the pianist?
Pianist, yep. He was also, of course, you giggle at that. He's been in a few of Wes Anderson's films.
Wes Anderson's good. I like him.
Adrian Brody's been in lots, but yeah, the pianist is one of his well-known Oscar baity sort of movies, which is also fantastic. I haven't seen Brutalist yet. I was going to start it today, but it's so fucking long that I just haven't.
That 3 hours is like intimidating.
3.5. But it has an interlude. It actually has a 15-minute break in the middle, so you can take that out of the runtime.
Is that actual?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
At the cinemas, they actually encourage you to get up, go to the toilet, get a drink, which I think is fucking amazing. Movies should do that more often. She long-ass movies like that.
Yeah. I remember sitting through Return of the King and going, I need to pee.
Yeah.
But if I blink, I'm missing peak cinema.
Yeah. Especially Return of the King. I watched The Killers of the Flower Moon. It's probably the longest recent movie I've seen in the cinemas. It's like, oh man, I intentionally fast so I don't drink or eat before a movie like that. But it'd be nice to not have to. It'd be nice to drink some water during the movie.
True. But yeah, I think he won that pretty deservedly.
That is great. Yeah, I'll watch it soon.
Yeah.
Best Supporting Actress, which we haven't seen this one, but Emilia Perez, Zoe Saldana. I've heard good things. A lot of people rag on it, but from what I've seen, it's pretty great. So I do want to watch it.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that one.
Yeah.
The
musical.
Best. Okay.
Like a transgender thing.
Okay. That's probably. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. That's probably why I haven't seen it. I didn't even know about it.
It's like pretty tongue in cheek. There's a song about making a dick.
Okay.
Or is it making a dick or cutting a dick? I forget. Because she goes through like corrective surgery. He or she, I honestly forget which direction the story goes. But yeah, there's a whole like tongue in cheek song about that stuff, and I suppose it's pretty funny, pretty intriguing story as well. So do want to watch. The next one, fucking called it, and I'm so glad.
It is Kieran McCauley.
There's no M in his last name.
There's an N. It's half of it.
Kieran Culkin. Real pain. When we watched this, I was like, man, that man deserves an Oscar. And it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I saw his acceptance speech because it went pretty viral. Where he was like, he wanted a fourth child, and his wife was like, when you get an Oscar, then what? I'll give you a fourth child. And then, obviously, because it went viral, people are now, there's some backlash around it, saying that it's like, she was uncomfortable. And then I think Adrian Brody also threw his chewing gum to his wife or something or other.
Oh, really? He also has the world record now for the longest acceptance speech.
Wow, okay.
Adrian Brody.
And then there was also someone kissed him on the red carpet. Like as they were going
there.
Who kissed who? I can't remember her name. A female actor kissed Adrian Brody on the red carpet. I don't know why. Something, I don't know. Which she sought permission to do it, something for payback or a stunt or something or other from his wife, girlfriend, whatever it is. I don't know. I remember that going viral as well. I don't know. But yeah, that's what I remember seeing.
I'll mention that you and I also loved Yuri Borisov in Anora. He was like your favourite character. Yeah, so,
he was sick.
Happy with that as well.
What did he get? He
didn't get anything. He was nominated for Best Supporting, and that would have been a pretty good win. So I'd be happy with that win as well, but I think Kieran Culkin is exactly what I wanted.
He deserved that. And Best Director, which sometimes gets a little bit of controversy depending on who it is. Like sometimes big name people, when they win it, they're like, is it really?
Yeah.
You know, this one is Sean Baker. So Nora gets the winner.
Which is amazing that like a comedy has won Best Director.
Which, I don't know. The Substance could have got it because that was really well shot. That was like...
The Substance won what it deserved to win, which we'll get to. But it was well shot. But I think Honora's... I can't speak for Brutalist or Amelia Perez. But Honora's shot incredibly.
Yeah. I don't know. Happy with it. I mean, best cinematography we can't really comment on because the Brutalist wins that one, which is it Lowell Crawley?
My list isn't in the same order yours is in, so for the Brutalist. Yeah.
Best cinematographer. And then this best animated feature. I'm surprised. I actually haven't seen the winner.
No.
I would have thought. I was actually surprised Wallace and Gromit got on there.
Yeah, same.
It was enjoyable, but I was surprised. I'm glad Inside Out 2 didn't win it, even though it was good.
Didn't deserve an Oscar though.
I would have thought Wild Robot.
Yeah, I wanted Wild Robot
because that film, I don't think it got the advertisement like it deserved. Like I don't remember ever seeing it like get pumped or pushed or anywhere.
No, the most I saw or heard was word of mouth. I didn't really see anywhere else.
Yeah, so Flow takes the winner on this one.
Yeah.
Which I don't know this one.
It's interesting. It's like almost post-apocalypse story about a cat, what I understand, but I was going to start watching it today, and then I was like, I don't have time, so I didn't, but...
Yeah. I have seen a memoir of a snail advertised a bit. Like just thumbnails popping up here and there, but haven't seen anything. What do we got? Best costume design is Wicked.
Which is fair. Out of all the things Wicked should have won, I think costume and setting is probably where it's shown. What's the past tense of shine the most?
Shown?
Yep. I have no idea.
Yeah. I don't know.
But yeah, deserved. I'm okay with that.
Yep. Best original screenplay. So we had The Substance, Real Pain, The Brutalist, Anora, and September 5th. So Anora takes that one as well.
Again.
It's clean sweeping.
Yep. Did really well.
Yep. And then we got Best Adapted Screenplay. So we had Conclave, A Complete Unknown, Emily Perez, Nickel Boys, and Sing Sing. Conclave takes that one. So,
which
can't.
I had no idea. A bit like with it, but
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, it's fine. Best makeup and hairstyling.
Yeah,
which is, I thought Wicked would probably take like all of those sort of design set pieces sort of stuff because of the grand scale of it, but we actually got The Substance, A Different Man, Emily Perez, Nosferatu, and Wicked in this category, and The Substance has taken this one.
Because makeup also counts for practical effects. So that's why Substance deserved to win, because their like Cronenberg body horror was fucking perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's cool.
That's the award that The Substance deserved to win, and I'm glad they did.
Yeah. It also really gave you the vibes of getting up early and Cheese TV not being on here in Australia and having the like stretching stretching classes in front of the opera house every morning. I was like, ooh, little Reimann's it's getting ready for his cartoons, and this is what you get.
Sit here and watch. Yep. No.
Yep. Best film editing.
Yep.
So I would actually be interested to see how they break this down. So like the editing. So like how do they judge the editing on this? Like is it just stylish? Is it flow? Is it like jump cuts? Is it seamlessly transitions? Like what's the category?
What's the criteria for good editing?
Yeah, like how do they break it down? Like if you're doing as you would pick some art house film and it was like super jump cutty and just jumping everywhere compared to something that's like shot and has nice transitions and it flows really nicely and the pace is there because of the editing. Like how do you judge those two against each other?
Yeah, but like you watch an action movie with 100 cuts in a minute, that doesn't mean it's edited better. I think editing is also like selective, knowing when to edit. And
that's why I was like, what's the criteria on this one? Because I was like, this is pretty subjective.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, yeah, I can't really talk exactly. I need to look it up before I'm not a fan of arguing a point I'm not 100% confident on, so I'm not really sure about how it's judged, but I'll find out before next pod if you like.
Yeah, I'll forget by then, so you can or you can not. Just whatever. I was just raising a random thought that I had. But we get Anora takes the winner again as well.
Yeah.
Yep. So that was up against the same cast as pretty much everything else
Very
before.
Similar. Yeah.
Yep. And then we get best production design. And no surprise here with the amount of budget that they would have is Wicked. Wicked takes that pretty easily.
Which is fair. They're the two that I wanted. Yep. That was okay with Wicked winning. They're the only two.
Best original song, I have absolutely no idea, but Amelia Perez takes this one with El Mal. How you say it? I don't know. I couldn't even tell you what that song is.
No, but I've heard the songs in it pretty good, and I've heard that I won't go into it. I've heard the way the songs are edited are really nice as well. Like it's like in-world editing. It's diegetic, which is a nice change for musicals, but
that's a word I have not heard for a very long time.
Then you teach that about diegetic and non-diegetic sound?
Yeah, but I have been taught like seniors for a little while. So it's like I haven't heard it for a while. So we've got best sound, which you actually went to the movies to watch this one and you were like, oh my God, it's amazing.
Yes.
It is June Part 2. So you went to what, VMAX or whatever it is? to the extra
for the sound
immersion.
Yep.
And also probably for the visual effect as well, because this goes hand in hand. During the part 2 is taking best sound and best visual effects as well,
which is so deserved. Like, as I said when we reviewed it, it's the best cinematic experience I've had in almost ever.
Yeah.
And that comes down to sound and spectacle with that good sound. Again, the scene of when the ground's rumbling is about to fucking ride the big worm thing, that. Yeah, that thing gave me fucking goosebumps. So right now, I have goosebumps on my legs thinking about it. It was insane. Sound well deserved.
You get goosebumps on your legs, not your arms.
I don't know. It depends. Different things. I don't know. I've just goosebumps on my legs right now, not my arms. I don't know what to tell you.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anything else we got? I've got best live action short, best international feature, and best original score, which the only one that I can really comment on is the best original score. The Brutalist takes home the winner.
Yep.
And then
the rest
excuse me.
Yeah, you don't really know much about, so
nah. So
yeah, there's nothing that I'm like upset with. Sometimes you watch the Oscars and you're like, why is that even there?
Yeah. We did get a little bit of a, I would say it's called promotional stunt. I feel like there was a few. We got Adam
Sandler and Conan O'Brien.
Adam Sandler in the crowd wearing his hoodie and shorts.
Yeah.
Which is, I feel like it had to be staged.
Of course it was. It was an intentional stab at the whole White House with Zelensky thing.
Yeah, that, and also because Happy Gilmore 2 is coming up, so, gotta get a little bit of...
Yeah, but I mean...
You don't reckon?
I don't know. They didn't mention Happy Gilmore at all. Just because Adam Sandler's in a scene or in a skit doesn't mean that they're trying to advertise him. Very cynical of you.
Okay. I like my conspiracy theories.
Yes, we know.
Yeah. So... That is our Oscar wrap-up. I know you're very happy with it.
Yeah, pretty happy with it. I'm just glad Honora did so well, to be honest.
Yeah, Honora did really well. Mm-hmm. Surprisingly, that's one of your best picks.
You're welcome. See, I can pick some good shit.
You can.
You bet.
But, you can kick us off this week with your pick.
Speaking of picking good shit, I mean, not really. I picked The Monkey,
which we were actually both excited about.
Yeah. There was no, like, we've been waiting for this to be available for a while. There was nothing with this. Like, I knew it was going to be almost Blumhouse-esque horror. It's about a fucking monkey that kills people, more or less. But it's fun. So this is made by Osgood Perkins, who is the same guy who brought us Long Legs. Yep. I have also heard that I'm the pretty thing that lives in the... What's it called? I'm the pretty thing that lives in the closet. I'm a pretty thing that lives in the house. Heard that's decent. I've heard other things that he does have been decent. Where's his previous work? Long Legs. Oh, Gretel and Hansel I've heard's really good. I haven't watched that yet. But yeah.
Is it?
Is it? I don't know. I've heard good things. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I can't talk. Point is, it's a director we know, a director we've reviewed before. If I go back really quick to Long Legs, earlier than that. Long Legs, you gave it a 3, I gave it a 3.5.
Yeah,
just for frame of reference. Mm-hmm. This story is about twin brothers who find a mysterious wind-up monkey, and a series of outrageous deaths tear their family apart. 25 years later, Monkey begins a new killing spree, forcing the estranged brothers to confront the cursed toy. Starts with an actor who we know well, whose name I always forget. Sorry?
Theo James.
No. Oh yeah, Theo James. Yeah, he's our main guy. But his dad, is played by, oh God, I don't think of his freaking name right now. And IMDb is so bad with trying to find actors. The cold opening starts with his dad, Adam Scott. Mm-hmm. Adam Scott is going into like a pawn shop, and he's trying to get rid of this monkey. And the guy in the shop gets shot with a harpoon. Looks like a freak accident. Adam Scott sees a flamethrower, tries to burn down the pawn shop and burn the monkey with it. We then time jump a little bit forward, and we have two twin brothers who are like, 12, 13-ish, 10 to, I don't know, was it said? I wasn't sure, but anywhere between like 10 and 13. I'm bad at picking kids' ages.
Yeah, they were about that. They were like teen-ish.
Yeah. Hal and Bill. Hal is very introverted, very quiet, sort of timid kid, and Bill is a bully. He's an asshole. He's a piece of shit. He's a bit of a rough.
Oh, they set that up so poorly.
Yeah, look, it's very like caricature-y. Like the characters are very silly.
But even the explanation of why he's like bigger, stronger, and more aggressive is because he ate more of the placenta.
Yeah.
Like it was funny once, but it wasn't repeated enough to like come funny again. It was just like,
yeah,
it never got
That's the whole
there.
movie though. Like there's sort of beat a dead horse a few times with, it's a horror comedy. There's a few moments that are like, okay, we get it. Like, let's keep the story going, sort of thing.
I thought this was written by Seth MacFarlane.
Oh, you reckon it was like American Dad, Family Guy humor?
It was Family Guy, like almost through and through.
Oh, I didn't feel that at all.
Really? I was like, this humor is Family Guy, like early Family Guy.
You're right.
It was just, it reminded me of a horror Family Guy-esque film.
Really?
Yeah, because like even with the first death actually not the first death, the second death with the babysitter, and then they get the priest up there, and they were just like that awkward, sort of like out of pocket sort of comedy. It just reminded me of early days Family Guy, where it was like, here's a scenario, here's the joke, then we push on, and then we repeat.
Yeah, I don't think any of the jokes were particularly clever, but it was like, I liked because neither was the plot, and neither was the kills. Nothing was like overtly clever, but I kind of like movies where you can just turn your brain off and just enjoy a bit of dumb on the screen.
Yeah, this turned my brain off for sure. Like
so you really didn't like it?
No, I wanted to like it. I thought this was going to be really good. And I was like, Long Legs, you showed a lot of promise in like that horror thriller esque vibes, and then we come into this and you into like dark comedy. I like the cold opening scene where he's trying to like burn it down. It gave me like Final Destination kind of vibes.
The whole movie gave me those vibes, yeah. And that's what this feels like, a Final Destination film. That's what I kind of liked about it. Final Destination is just goofy people dying in goofy ways. Like that's what I wanted from this. That's what I got.
I don't know, where the other people feel like in Final Destination, it feels like a group of people that are thrown into like surviving these random death scenarios, where this was like trying to build up and feel sorry for Hal. Like
I've only described 5 minutes of the movie so far, so let me continue.
Okay, yep. I jumped the gun. Go.
You're good. So, young brothers, they find amongst their dad's stuff, he has this monkey in a box. And the box says, it's like life. Not lifelike, it's like life. And they open it up, they wind the thing, nothing happens, they go out to dinner, and babysitter is flirting with the guy doing like, what are the tricks called, the sushi and stuff? It's like a Benihana is the name of the place, but I forget what they call the hibachi restaurant. Hibachi. And he flings the knife, and it's so sharp that it cuts her head off, and we get the whole like classic, her neck bleeds first and the whole head falls straight off, and it lands on the grill and starts frying.
So he has really long arms, because the shot that they pulled back to was like, that's a long arm, bro.
Yeah, there's a bit of, again, it's Final Destination, right? It's a bit of silliness. we then go back to the kids at home, and they're sort of convinced somehow that the monkey did this at this point. So then Hal, the quiet brother, he's getting bullied by his brother, is like, I want him to die, and he turns the wheel, and then the mum dies. And that comes back later, which we'll get to. So then that's more or less the whole child story. They bury the monkey. My understanding of the original, it was based on a Stephen King novella. My understanding of the original is that they sink it. They put it like in like a lake or a river or some shit with cement, bricks, and like
He chops it up.
around it. And this they chop it up and bury it. Yep. So then we skip forward, and Hal, the quiet brother, is still a recluse. He looks like he's modeled his entire life off of avoiding this monkey, the bad things that happen. He's had a partner in the past who are now split, and he has a child who, when they're describing this kid, and they were like, oh, he's doing a book report or a report on his like family tree, and all these little like details about this kid. I thought he was going to be like a child, but he's like 17 something.
Yeah.
Like he's a grown-ass kid.
I wasn't expecting that old. That was a bit of a weird twist. I was like, how much connection have you had throughout this like time period? Because
he sees him once a year.
Very close. Yeah. It was,
see him once a year because Hal is so scared of the monkey and the things that happen in his life that he only sees his kid once a year to protect him. Anyway, sees his kid. He gets a phone call, and Bill and their aunt, the one who looked after them after their mum died, he passed away. Sorry?
Aunt Ida.
Aunt
and
Ida.
Uncle Chip.
Yep. And she died. She like fell down some stairs and got some hooks in her face, and she was picking them out, went to the kitchen, and the burner was on, and face lit on fire, and you got the classic of her screaming at the head on fire around the house, and it was pretty silly.
Yeah.
Again, I was pretty okay with it.
Look, it got me because I was like, oh, that's not how she's going to die. And then I was like, oh, that's how she's going to die. Nope. And then it was the third one. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't actually see you going for so long.
By the way, the Uncle Chip, the one who he died. Oh, there's another death as well when they're kids. That's right, because he dies when they're kids. Which is a pretty funny cut. I like the editing there. But that's played by Oswald Perkins, which is the writer. He's an actor as well. Anyway. Yeah. So he goes back to the house. Hal does, because he's been told he has to go there and clean up the estate. And he finds out that the monkey's back, more or less. Oh no, he finds out earlier. Sorry. He finds out that monkey's back earlier when Bill calls him. And he's on the phone outside of like the hotel room, and like an aircon falls down and lands onto like water, and then the water trail goes into the pool, and a girl dives into the pool and just explodes on impact. I laughed.
Yeah, that was a leg like flying at him and stuff.
Yeah, literally a leg flies at his head. I really enjoyed that death. That's my favorite one. So yeah, goes to Aunt Ida's house. He's there doing bits and pieces. She gets her head blown off. Again, we see all like things happening in the in the world of the monkey. To skip forward a bit, they eventually realize that Bill is trying to kill Hal by winding the monkey over and over and over again, in revenge of killing, because Hal killed the mum, and somehow Bill finds that out. I don't know. And Bill is obsessed with getting Petey, Hal's kid, to come and wind the monkey, because for some reason in Bill's head, if Petey winds the monkey, it's going to kill Hal. Even though there's no rules that ever explain that.
There's no rules at all.
There's no rules at all. No.
There's no explanation about the monkey or anything.
No.
Very little. Here you go. Away you go.
Which I do want to mention at the end, because I do think that... Anyway. So, they eventually get to Bill's house. Bill has like a fucking Home Alone house with like booby traps and shit everywhere, and I don't know why. Is he defending himself from the monkey, but he also knows that the monkey isn't going to hurt him because they've re-established the rule that if you wind the monkey, you can't get hurt. I don't know. But Bill's got a fucking Scooby-Doo fucking mansion of all traps and shit.
He's always a bit paranoid though.
Well, they also like kind of allude to the fact that the monkey has like tarnished his brain and made him kind of hooked, a bit unhinged. But again, that's never really established or heavily explained. So who knows? Hal gets to Bill. They like reconnect, and Bill's like, "Oh, whatever. I didn't mean to." Their mother's bowling ball lands in a cannon and blows Bill's head off. And then Hal and Petey realize that the only way to keep the monkey safe from other people is to protect it. So they take the monkey and they leave with it. All the while, Bill is just obsessed with trying to kill Hal. So he's cranking the monkey over and over again during like a 30-minute second act. And there's like planes crashing and people exploding on the street, and like it's a whole fucking chaotic scene. But right at the end, we think everything's over. They leave with the monkey. We see Hal says like, "Let's go dancing," to his kid, which is such a weird thing to say to your child.
Yeah, but that's a throwback to the mum. So after the babysitter died.
Yeah. And it's to show that like Hal has now accepted that he can control his life better and that he wants to be around his kid more, and they've reconnected a bit more and whatever.
Yeah.
So I understand the purpose of that line, but it feels really weird if you don't have that reincorporation. From the kid's perspective, it's like, why the fuck are you asking if I can go dancing? And then
it was bizarre. The
cheerleaders are outside of a bus, and a truck drives past and decapitates all the cheerleaders out the side of the bus. And then the film ends.
That's after this weird sort of like bibliology, whatever it's called. Bible
we see
reference.
The Horseman of the Apocalypse. We see like death on a horse.
Yeah, I had to look it up. I'm like, why is this meant to be a nod to like the Grim Reaper? And apparently they actually drew reference from verse 6 and 3 or something or other. I looked it up, but it meant nothing to me. Like I didn't quite understand the actual Bible verse that they were trying to reference.
Because,
something about death riding in on a white horse or something or other.
Yes.
So like
the full Horseman of the Apocalypse
nods to him, like, yeah, good job. Like, you've killed lots of people.
And it's like death follows you. Because the whole film, a quick little side thing, Osgood Perkins' mum died she was in one of the Twin Tower planes. So he has had this weird connection with death his whole life, and he's like long accepted death and whatever. And the whole film was like a big analogy and like, we're all going to die, enjoy the ride sort of thing. And his mum even says, what's her line? She's something along the lines of like, everyone dies, it's fucked up sort of thing. So the whole film is discussing death and like how we need to look at death with a positive light. It's the only inevitable thing we have in our lives. Why not look forward to it, sort of thing. There's even when Aunt Ida dies, there's all these cheerleaders out the front of the house cheering when they bring the body out, which is like, I guess, commentating on the world's obsession with true crime and how much we all get obsessed with death, and we all sort of celebrate it in a weird way, but we also fear it as well. Like cheerleaders die at the end, the sort of reincorporation. So there are layers to it, but it's also really dumb. But I don't know. I kind of liked it. I'd watch it again.
All right. Yeah, okay. Theo James, I thought, did a reasonable job. Like he's come a long way. Yeah, like a reasonable job. He's better than his in-betweeners role, where
when he took some poo.
and then we saw him in The Gentleman. I thought he's
better than The
incredible
Gentleman.
in that.
He's too attractive and charismatic to play a quiet, introverted recluse like Hal. Hal didn't feel believable. Bill, yes.
They gave him glasses.
They gave him glasses, so now he's introverted and shy. Yep, I know.
Yep.
It's stupid. I just don't think he was the right casting for that, but Whatever.
But like, this film just continually just reminded me of Family Guy. Like the entire way through, I was like, is this a dark satire Family Guy like feature length thing? I kept looking at it. I'm like, when's this going to end? Like I got quite annoyed.
Yeah, right.
I didn't mind the death scenes, like they were okay, but there was just like to a point where I was like, oh, okay, here comes the monkey. As soon as you knew the monkey was just going to randomly like kill whatever it wanted.
Yep.
And there was no like explanation of why it's killing these certain people. It was just like,
yeah,
the way it
goes. Which is why I hope they do a prequel with Adam Scott as the main character, and it's like the dad discovering the monkey, and we get some more explanation. I'd be happy with the prequel of this.
I reckon it would be in the same vein. It would just be like he gets a monkey around that kills people, ends with him walking into the cash converters.
Into cash converters?
I don't know, the Australian version of the...
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, probably. I don't know. It didn't hit the mark for me. Like, I wanted it after Long Legs. I wanted a little bit more. Like, all it needed was some more explanation about what this monkey's like doing, besides just randomly bumping its stick and then we get a death scene. Like, give me a little bit more. Like, the death scenes I didn't mind. I thought they were fun. It was just, I didn't care about Hal or Bill or anyone that was dying. I didn't care about Hal and his kid's relationship. I didn't care about that.
No,
I was
same.
like, there was nothing in there besides the funny death scenes where I was like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, but again, Final Destination, you enjoyed them, right? They don't explain how death works, and like we get shown that the monkey has some sort of connection with the Horseman of the Apocalypse. The monkey is death itself, and it just wants to claim lives and destroys people's lives in the process. Like that's its purpose. More explanation we get for Final Destination.
Yeah. I don't know. Just it left me wanting. I just wanted more.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I can't convince you to like it.
No.
I'm not giving it a good rating. I'm giving it a 3. Like, I'm not saying it's great. I just to sit back, watch something violent and silly, and I think the comedy hit. I had a pretty good time. It's a 3 from me.
We're like, I don't know. If I wanted to watch a violent silliness sort of horror film, I would probably go like Terrifier or something like that. Compared to this.
Yeah, but Terrifier is not a comedy.
I don't know. I feel like it kind of is.
This wasn't trying to be like Terrifier is trying to make people run out of the cinemas throwing up. Like this was Final Destination 7. I don't know what to tell you. This was Final Destination 2 Monkey Boogaloo. Like it was just silly.
I don't know. In Final Destination, I feel like I feel for those people more than I did for these guys. Like I had no emotional connection to any of the characters. Like I didn't feel sorry that he has a monkey that's doing these things.
That's granted. You don't give a shit about who the monkey kills.
No, like I didn't care about anyone. I didn't care that these guys were in these situations either.
No, and the characters weren't interesting or compelling, or again, I don't think they are in Destination either.
I feel like it's more where it's like, I don't know, Final Destination, I see myself like, I don't know, as the boys hanging out, and then all of a sudden all these crazy deaths are thrown in there. It's just like a wild sort of thing.
Boys.
Whereas this I didn't sort of get, I don't know, I didn't get the connection. I also hated the introduction of them as kids. I was like, I hate you guys. It was like,
they're pretty annoying kids.
I ate the placenta, and he actually makes reference to it as like, oh, what was it? I can't remember the actual line, but where he was like, the actual first month when he gets the monkey, he was like, says something that he will do whatever, and he's like, has his fist in the air, and he's like, I'm gonna eat the rest of the placenta or something or other, and then he makes him like repeat the lines about loving the monkey. And I was like, oh my god. I was like, I hate both of you already.
Because like they wanted us to see them bullying each other, or they wanted to see Bill bullying Hal, but they also didn't have time or energy to explain more about their relationship than placenta.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know. That sort of humor is just reminded me of like early Family Guy, where it was just randomness.
Okay. Sure. I can see where you're coming from. I just don't agree.
Fair. It's fair. I don't know. It did not hit the mark for me.
Sure. That's
so it was
fine.
it was like a 2 for me. I wanted more from it.
Okay.
Like, I wouldn't recommend this to people to go see it.
Because I would. I would not to everyone. There are people who I know wouldn't enjoy this. Like, I wouldn't say to my wife, let's watch The Monkey, you're going to really like it. It's not for the right, some people. But I would. For the right crowd, I'd say, yeah, fuck yeah, enjoy.
There you go. Yeah. I would say it's dumb.
It's dumb.
Yeah.
You know what's dumber?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
It's come right up.
Yeah. So, the Reimann pick of the week is Fight or Flight. So this one is about a mercenary who takes on a job of tracking down a target on a plane, but must protect her when they're surrounded by people trying to kill both of them. Bum, bum, bum. We have a returning friend of the show. It is Josh Harder. He comes along, and he is the man, the myth, the legend. He is Lucas, who is our main character in this one. This is pretty much Bullet Plane. So if you've seen Bullet Train, this is pretty much Bullet Train, but not as good.
I'm going to disagree, but I'll get there.
Okay.
But the plot-wise, yes. It's the same fucking plot, yes.
Yes. That's the...
Yeah, sure.
That's the reference. Yeah.
Sure.
So we have Josh Hartnett, who is Lucas. We get some backstory, but it's the most generic thing ever. He was like a mercenary who was a bodyguard. We get revealed, it doesn't matter, that he all of a sudden was protecting this person who would have escorts and then would do very terrible things. He saw that, and then all of a sudden he did unspeakable things and like killed everybody. And then that's why he was down on his luck. Old Lucas.
Old Lucas, yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So Lucas is out there. He gets all of a sudden a phone call from the most generic sort of bad guy ever. What's the film that we watched that was The Gorge? It reminded me, The Gorge in this had pretty much
Sigourney
the same...
Weaver's character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bartholomew.
They were almost identical in terms of, I work for a corporation.
Yeah.
Come and work for me. So Lucas gets a call. It's like, if you want to be free, you need to get on this plane. And then there's this back and forth of like him getting on the plane. He's like, I'm on a flight register or whatever. And they're like, I need a passport. And there's this back and forward. He has to then all of a sudden work out who the ghost is. And this ghost is like who all these corporations and undercover agencies are after, because they're a hacker and they have a certain set of skills, and they like it was pretty Chat GPT.
Yes, I'm glad you said it. Thank you.
In terms of characters, like, it was just, the plot is pretty average. There are some absolutely ridiculous moments of like fights. So Lucas gets on the plane. He's in first class, and then he gets seated to all these characters who are, I want to say overacting, but they're just like extra. Like, they're all, I don't think they're overacting. I think they're acting appropriately for the style of the movie. They're all caricatures and silly over the top, and it's kind of the point. So like every single killer is over the top. He's trying to work out who the ghost is. They're trying to kill the ghost. And it's this back and forth sort of like cat and mouse game of like, I'm going to find out who the ghost is. I'm going to, oh, you're the ghost. No, you're the ghost. Oh, no, actually, you're the ghost. So it's just like, remind me a little bit of like Scooby-Doo of like, who sort of done it. Then we get just absolutely ridiculousness with some fight scenes where people are getting strangled with the aeroplane
the seat belts.
And then we have some like, I want to say ninjas, but I don't know if that's like appropriately correct or not.
Again,
but
they're fucking caricature stereotype ninjas, so it's fine.
okay.
There's nothing racist about saying ninjas.
Because they appear out of nowhere, and they've got I can't remember what it's called, where it's the dagger on the rope or the knife on the rope, and they're swinging it, and then people are shooting on the plane. They're like, the first shot is like, don't shoot on the plane, and because you'll cause a rupture
fuselage or whatever, which is fucking in the wings. But anyway,
like, everything about it was just ridiculous, and it was just over the top, silly action comedy.
Yep.
Yes, and like
I don't think it hit on either of those marks.
Oh really? I had quite a good time with this though. With like Josh Hartnett just being ridiculous, where he does not look like he's anywhere near like a trained assassin fighting against these other trained people who are over the top.
I watched them because I wanted to hear, because again, look, this isn't made for me. I'll start by saying that this isn't my genre of film. I don't give a shit. So I wanted to see what the rest of the world was saying. People like this movie. People saying great things, and a lot of people were saying that Josh Hartnett plays a really good role, and it reminded me of John Wick. I'm like, fuck off. This guy feels like the same problem I had with watching who plays Star-Lord? What is his name?
Chris Pratt.
Yes. When I first saw Chris Pratt as Star-Lord, and I watched him in Parks and Rec, and he's this goofy, overweight idiot in Parks and Rec, and then he becomes this like jack superhero. My brain couldn't flick that switch. Felt the same with Josh. Like watching this, I know he played Trap. Oh, because it wasn't Trap, but he was in Trap playing, But Trap wasn't about an action hero. It was about like a calculated planning. His character wasn't violent physically. His character was violent mentally. I think that suits Josh Hartnett way more. In this, I don't know. I didn't. People were saying they really liked him in this, but I felt like he didn't suit it. Honestly, you could have flipped him and fucking Theo James in this and The Monkey, and I honestly think they would have suited the roles better.
Yeah, okay. There were moments where I was like dialed in. I was like, this is absolutely ridiculous. With the point where he gets the chainsaw, I was like, I knew what was coming because it was in.
Yeah, I know. They do this big like 5-second insert shot earlier. It's like, okay, yep, that's gonna be come back later.
Yeah, and it comes in and it's just so ridiculous. Like it was just, the whole thing was ridiculous. I actually had a really good time with it. It was silly. It was over the top. Like it wasn't anything exceptionally like groundbreaking in anything. Like it wasn't groundbreaking a script. Yeah,
I think like you said before, at the whole like strangling with the seatbelts, and they were fighting with the tools on like a serving part, like blunt knives and shit. Reminds me of like John Wick with the pencil and that sort of shit. I like creative action movies, but so much of this felt like they were trying to be Kingsman's Secret Service or John Wick or something similar, and it didn't land. I don't feel like it really went properly into good choreography and good editing and stuff to be good enough. And if you look at the director's history, he's done fuck all.
Yeah.
So like...
Yeah, I was kind of feeling that they drew inspiration from Bullet Train and also like Snakes on the Plane and like those just silly mess.
Like I said before, I think the plot Bullet Train is a fair connection. But like Bullet Train had like 6 or 7 key characters, and each character felt really unique, really funny, really genuine. I think the characters is what makes... I gave Bullet Train a 3, you gave it a 4. I think Bullet Train had interesting enough characters that I cared about what was happening. Less so that I don't care if they died or lived, but more like I enjoyed their scenes. I enjoyed the characters. Lemon and Tangerine were 2 great... I remember their names. I couldn't name a single character from this movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
That to me is a big difference between what made Bullet Train at least decent. It was made by people who knew what they're doing with the action genre. The comedy landed and the characters were great. And I don't think this hit any of those 3. Action here and there, but I didn't find it funny at all.
Really? Yeah, right. I actually really... I laughed quite a lot at it, especially when he was like adrenaline, and then it turned out to be toad venom or whatever.
It's so lazy.
It's so
It's
funny.
so lazy. Oh, using drugs. Because they obviously got bored and they didn't know what else to do with the fucking plots. They're like, oh, let's give him drugs and we'll do a whole drug scene. So many fucking action movies do this because it's just an easy way of flipping the switch and making insert comedy here moments.
It was pretty funny.
Oh, it's not funny.
No, where he lifted him up and put him in that overhead baggage, and then like there was a point where he opens it, he kicks the other bloke, and he shoves him back in.
I look, I won't lie, I chuckled, but I rolled my eyes way more.
Yeah, that was so funny. I thought it was great.
Yeah. You've got to call out the CG blood though.
Oh, it was terrible.
That is like high school level CG blood. The editing budget must have been like $6.
It's a direct to streaming service. It's made by Sky
I don't think
Cinema
that's an
or whatever
excuse.
No, but they're not as big as like Netflix to throw money at like everything.
Then don't like film for what you can achieve. If you can't achieve blood, like go crazy with like fake blood. Spray that at the camera. Don't CG blood is such a poor excuse for filmmaking in my eyes. Like it's just you can do better. You can do better. You're just choosing not to because it requires cleanup and effort and time and a bit more money. But I still think it costs less money than, I don't know. It's whatever. That shit drove me insane.
Yeah, right. I enjoyed it. I had a great time with this. It was just over the top. Everyone's ridiculous.
At some of the lines. I honestly thought when he said it, it was meant to be like a joke. But then the woman replied like, seriously? He said that the neural net connected to the plane's mainframe. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like one of those lines, the neural net, like, oh yeah, they
man. Just pick key words and they were like, let's join them all
words,
up and away we go.
Buzzwords, like when you and I used to work together. Buzzwords.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I laughed at it. Even when you knew they were going to get into the cockpit and something was going to happen with the pilots, I was like, what is going to happen here? And then they just let a flare gun off, and I was like, what is happening?
And they just smash him in the face and his mouth or whatever it was.
Yeah, I think it went in his eye.
Eyes,
it was just like bouncing, yeah. And then they were just screaming. I was like, what is happening here?
Yeah.
It's just, it was just silly.
It was silly. But how can you say this is silly and therefore it's good, and then you talk about the monkey and you're like, oh, it was too silly, I found it unbelievable.
Yeah.
What do you mean,
it was different. Yeah. Like this was silly and there was action, like they had an end point to it. The monkey was just a monkey that all of a sudden beats the drum and they die with no connections. Like I liked Lucas in this. I liked Josh Harden. I was like, yeah, go mess him up. Especially when he got the chainsaw. I was like, yes.
So if there was a better main character in the monkey, you would have liked it. You would have been okay with the silliness.
Yes, if I cared for the character, I would be like, yeah, cool, I got a connection. This is why. Where I couldn't care less about how.
Okay. Sure.
Like Lucas, I was like, yeah, you're like oddly likable.
Whereas as soon as an action scene starts, my brain goes, where's my phone? And I start looking at fucking Facebook Marketplace or some shit.
This was great.
I still can't believe they set up a sequel.
Yeah, they did.
I thought, hooray, it's ended. Please roll credits. And then she literally says, like, it's not over or something. It rolls credits. Wow, Jesus Christ. Like, oh, fuck's sake.
Yeah. Oh, it was so good.
They're so self-aware.
Good. And like, when the ghost or Isa was like all of a sudden the cabin crew, like she must have been working there for a little bit. Her backstory was absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Heck, yes, it's ridiculous. Exactly.
Where she was like, I was sold and then trafficked, but I was 7, and then they realized I had a certain set of skills. I was like, what do you mean?
It sounds like when like a 17-year-old trying to write like an edgelord fucking D&D character, and they're like, oh, I was orphaned at 7, but then I was adopted by the evil merchant guild because they could tell that I was good at lying or some bullshit. Like, that's exactly how it felt the whole time.
Like, where did you get computer knowledge and skills? Like,
she was born with them. She's the ghost.
I was like, yeah, you know how to read computer language. Like, you were born with C#. That's how you learned to talk.
Yeah. I spoke C# before I could speak English.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, no one else noticed this like massive generator hooked up to the rest of the power of the plane. It was like, this is the weapon. And it was like, the pilots weren't flying the plane at all. And he was like, oh, it was you. She was like, yes. It fades off.
And the line where pilot A says to pilot B, oh, how's the weather looking? It's like, oh, it's clear skies ahead. And then it's like, no, it's not. There's thunderstorms or whatever. Like, what? Are they not trained pilots? Did I miss that?
No, they're not flying it. She's flying it.
They're not flying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not autopilot. See? It's fun.
It reminded me of what was that show that we watched? Where they all got plastered. Starts with an E, X something. The premise was like, it was all these like FBI, CIA operatives, spies, whatever, and they successfully achieved a mission. They all got fucked up, drunk, high, whatever, and then they all found out they had to complete the mission or whatever, and they're all drunk and high, and they're also trying to go out and fight, like the Expendables but drunk.
So, yeah, Extendables?
No.
It was a Netflix one.
Yeah.
That,
Obliterated.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
That was fun. That was fun too.
That's what I mean. And like that went so far into the realm of ridiculous that it became fun and entertaining. I don't know.
You don't reckon this jumped into ridiculousness?
I don't know. I watched this straight after The Monkey, and maybe because I wasn't really in the mood for it. But nah, this did not hit for me.
The ridiculousness of just throwing a chainsaw and just wailing and everyone over the top with ninjas and just all these killers out of nowhere.
Maybe it's just the action genre that I can't get behind.
It was fun. I quite enjoyed it. And I can't wait for the sequel.
Wow, you enjoyed it that much.
Yeah,
it's bullshit. I call bullshit. You're just saying this so you can win.
No, I honestly did enjoy it. Honestly.
No, I'm not being serious.
I watched this and then The Monkey pretty much back to back. So I started this last night, finished it this morning, and then I watched Monkey straight after.
Because I watched both of them yesterday back to back. Monkey first.
Yeah. What would you give this one then?
Like 1.5, 2.
Half, or is it 2?
Maybe 1.5. Too harsh. Fine. 2.
See, like, I enjoy this. Like, I would recommend this to people and be like, this is a dumb, fun action comedy. And it's like, look, it didn't break any grounds. It didn't do anything exceptionally well, but it was dumb and it was fun. It's a 3.
It's a 3.
It's a 3.
I'm glad it's a 3 and not a 3.5 or a 4 or some shit.
I told you. You were like, oh, Reiman's just doing this because he wants to win. If I wanted to win, I would have given it 3.5 just to spite you.
Yeah.
But it's not. Wrong.
If I wanted to win, I would give 1.5. I know, but like, I don't care about winning. My point is, I'm just glad that you didn't find it so great that it's a 3.5 or a 4.
No,
like a 3. A 3 is it's a passable, entertaining film.
Yes, and it is.
And that's an okay rating. 3.5 or 4 would be ludicrous.
Right. But like, I enjoyed it. This is targeted to me.
Yes.
This is like pure ridiculousness that Reimann loves it.
Yes, and like I said, this is not my genre. This isn't made for me.
No.
They literally had me on a pros and cons list when they made this movie, and they're like, they won't like it.
No, they're like,
Ryan will.
50%. 50%.
Yeah. Definitely the audience. 50%.
See, I was like, I had a great time. So if you liked action comedy, you like Obliterated, you like Fubar, Bullet Train, those type of ones, you'd enjoy this.
Sure.
Where, if you like Art House, this is not for you. Get out of here.
If you like Art House, if you like movies with structure and plot and good characters, this isn't for you.
All right, extremist.
I'm an extremist.
Yeah. So what's the Sparky win then?
Nothing wins. You gave a 2 and a 3. I gave a 3 and a 2.
I thought I gave it 2.5.
You gave Monkey a 2. You're welcome to change that if you like, but you gave Monkey a 2. I gave this a 2. I gave Monkey a 3. I gave this. You gave this a 3.
Yeah.
So we are level 2.5, 2.5 on an average week.
Well, that's
the winners.
It was hooray. So I don't know, best of 6,
Still
7.
Still best of 7, but we'll see. We might need a tie break in there somewhere.
All right.
Figure it out. I don't know.
We'll go top. We do a count back like high jump
Oh yeah.
with highest average.
Okay, I like that. I can definitely do that on my end with my Excel document. Yes, all right. We'll do a count back. If we end up drawing after 7, we'll do a count back.
Yeah.
Highest average wins.
Yeah. That's
perfect. Fair. Do you want to know the current average?
Yes, if you know it off the top of your head, and if you have to calculate it, I'm going to lose interest.
I mean, doesn't take long. It's an Excel document.
Well, next week we have a Reimann pick, which is Daredevil Born Again. And then the Lawson pick is Mickey 17. So Mickey 17 is by the director of, was it Parasite? That swept everything. Yeah, and then Born Again was I think Disney took the rights from Netflix of their Daredevil franchise, which did really well, and now they're trying to revive it. So we're getting Fisk and a lot of the original characters all return. So I'm really keen for it. Also, Punisher solo one, Frank Castle, has been announced as well. So I'm keen for that as well.
Yep.
Punisher. Yeah, Frank Castle. So interesting. We haven't done a TV show versus a movie yet, so this will be our first week of this one. We've actually been pretty good with genres as well. Yeah,
even this week we're pretty similar.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see. We'll see.
You're currently on a total of 24. All our scores added up. I'm on a score of 25.5.
Ooh.
So
you're 1.5
countback's
up.
pretty close. Yep.
Cool. Nice. Just wait till Daredevil gets a 5.
Oh wait, no, I'm incorrect. Daredevil gets a 5.
No? Okay.
I'm incorrect. I just did the averages for what you scored and what I scored. Not what our movies scored. That's completely wrong. I'll do it next after the pod. I got it wrong. It's my bad.
Yeah. Well, you know what to do. If you listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, give us a 5-star rating. Share it with your friends. And if you're on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And we'll ask you to do one thing.
Tell your friends.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Love yous.
Always.